In our last example, we again have two overlapping triangles. The fact that I'm showing you two like this should kind of tell you how seriously I take this particular kind of problem, because I know it can be a big stumbling block. Okay, so let's take a look at the two triangles here. Well, we've got this smaller triangle right here. So let's go ahead and draw that. Looks something like that. Yeah? And the shorter side is -4 plus 4x. The longer side is 27, and the longest side is 36. Okay? You'll notice that I reflected it, but again, no worries so long as we do the same thing to the bigger triangle. I'm going to go ahead and copy this and paste it. Whoops. Okay, so here's the larger triangle. And we're actually going to separate these off a bit in a second, because once we have these two triangles, the original is going to become pretty useless. All right, so what do we got here? We've got the longest side on the bottom, which looks like it's 96. And this longer side here, the side that matches up with 27, this longer side here is 72. And this shorter side here, the one that matches up with -4 plus 4x, is 64. And now that I have that, I'm actually going to take this stuff and I'm going to move it away, and we're going to look at this instead of the other one. So I want you to take a moment, please, right now, pause the video, and see if you can set up this proportion and solve for x yourself. The fact that this is a -4 plus 4x doesn't really make anything any more complicated than we already had. So please do pause and give this a shot yourself. Ready, set, go. So there are lots and lots and lots and lots of ways to do this. Here's how I choose to do it. I'm going to take this side to this side. So I'm going to say 64 divided by -4 plus 4x. That is my multiplier, that is my scale factor, that is my ratio. Then I'm going to take, it doesn't really matter which, I'm going to take this 27 and this 72. I'm choosing those just for the reason that I know that they're both divisible by 9, which will make simplifying easy. So I get 72 over 27. Again, which sides you choose don't matter. Which order you put them in doesn't matter, so long as you are consistent. You'll notice that we've got the large triangle over the small triangle, and we've got the large triangle over the small triangle. That is important. And because these two triangles are similar, we know that these two proportions are equal. Now I'm going to do this cross multiplication algebra one more time, and I will try to really space out my steps so that you can see every one individually. Okay? So we're going to start this way. It doesn't matter whether you start from the top or start from the bottom. 64 times 27. All right, well, I'm going to calculator that. 64 times 27. I got 1,728. And that's going to be equal to, remember that there are these parentheses here, so you have to distribute. -4 times 72 is negative 288, and 4x, or 4, times 72 is positive 288x. So my first step was to multiply top to bottom and bottom to top, and make sure to distribute out. Okay? Now I will do my next step in a different color to make it absolutely clear. I'm solving for x. Right now, I've got this negative 288 and this positive 288 here. If you're ever not sure which thing you're supposed to get rid of first, just remember, order of operations goes parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division happen on the same step, and then addition and subtraction happen on the same step, right? PEMDAS, most folks who have been through algebra or pre-algebra know about PEMDAS. So we're going to do PEMDAS, except we're going to do it backwards. Since we are undoing the things that are happening to x in order to balance the equation, we are going to do that backwards. So we're going to start with addition and subtraction, and then we're going to do the multiplication or division. So I'm going to add 288 to both sides. Negative 288 plus positive 288 is 0, which is exactly what I wanted. And 1728 plus 288 equals, hey, 2016. I will switch colors again for the last step. Divide by 288. Divide by 288. 288 divided by 288 is 1. And 2016 divided by 288 is 7. So we get x equals 7. I'm going to kind of put lines in between my steps here. There we go. So forget the original diagram. This is the diagram. Okay, so to recap this problem, the first thing we did was we separated the two triangles, we redrew them, and we relabeled them so that we wouldn't get confused. To find our multiplier, we took 64 and divided by negative 4 plus 4x. That wasn't the only way we could have done it, but that was the way I chose to pursue this. We did the same thing with 72 divided by 27. We could have totally used 96 divided by 30, or 36 divided by 96. No, I was right the first time. We totally could have used 96 divided by 36. That also would have worked. We just decided not to. No one way is better than any other. So long as you are consistent, you should get the right answer, which in this case is x equals 7.